Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. What I got for you today is a review of the new ShengKai D10 quadcopter. Now, if you look at this little quadcopter, it's got a very unusual design for micro. It's a micro, obviously, but if you look closely, it incorporates a little pinion gear and a main gear for the propellers. Now, most micros that you see today are direct drive. They put the propeller directly on to the shaft of the motor. This doesn't. The idea being, if you can slow down those propellers but still provide the same amount of power to those propellers, you can use higher efficiency propellers. And that's what is used here. It's similar to the design of the SEMA X11, and indeed I believe this is ShengKai's answer to the SEMA X11. The advantage being you can get a very stable flyer, and doing initial flights of this last night, this is a very stable flyer. So this could be a good competitor to the SEMA X11. Taking a closer look at this design, if you look at it, the difference between this and the X11 is the battery of this is encased within the quadcopter, which means you get one flight out of this, then you have to recharge it, unfortunately. And there is the recharging port on the quadcopter. It does incorporate an on-off switch, and other things that you look at here, it appears to have plans for a camera version of this. This would probably be the camera port. This would be the SD card for a future version of this, and a USB port possibly here on the back for downloading your videos. Now, adding a camera to this, I'm not sure that's a good idea. SEMA did that with the X11 and came out with the X11C, and because of the added weight of that camera, the X11C is nowhere near as stable flyer as the original X11. So I'm not sure about the wisdom of future incorporation of a camera to this. But overall, again, this is a very steady flyer. I'm out here at McBride Park today. I want to demonstrate its flight ability. So let's go right into it. One thing I forgot to mention. Let's go over the controller real quick. This controls the rates. There's beginner, intermediate, and expert by pressing that button. This is your flip button. Again, your basic throttle and yaw, pitch and roll. And these are trim buttons for pitch and roll. This is a trim button for yaw. And up and down for throttle is actually headless mode and one key return, and I'll demonstrate that too here shortly. So let's go into a flight. First off, I want to see what happens if this loses contact. I haven't tested that yet. So let's bind the quadcopter and turn on the throttle, and then turn off the transmitter and see what happens. Giving it some throttle and turning off. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. That transmitter, it flies for about 7-8 seconds before the quadcopter shuts down, so keep that in mind, folks. That might cause some concern for you if you fly out of range, because it's going to continue flying for 8 seconds. But I am not going to fly out of range today. I'm here at McBride Park because I want to show that this is a great indoor flyer and also a great small park flyer. So I am pointing in that direction as my headless mode bearing, binding it to the quadcopter. And indeed, that's what I want to show you this first. Look how stable that is. Let's see if I can get hands off flying with it. Let's trim it a bit. Bring it in close. Well, I got a little bit of a breeze here I'm fighting, so it's somewhat of a stable flyer. Very bright LEDs on this too, by the way, which makes this a great night flyer. I did a night flight of it last night, and I'll include that in the demo, this demo video. Okay, first thing, let's do a quick test of its flipping ability. Good flipper. Good flipping quadcopter, huh? Impress your friends with your flipping ability, at your capability of pressing that button. But look how stable this is. Excellent indoor flyer. Okay. Headless mode. Let's go demonstrate that. Look at that. Am I in headless mode? I'm not sure. No, I'm not in headless mode. That must have been one key return. There's headless mode, maybe. Oh yeah, that's headless mode. I'm just trying to figure out what the headless mode bearing is. Apparently that's the... Okay, pushing forward. No, that's not headless mode either. Okay. Okay, that's one key return pushing down on the bottom. Apparently the headless mode bearing. Let's try that headless mode again. Doesn't seem to want to enter headless mode, folks. So, I'm not sure about that. Maybe I got to hold it 2 seconds. Or maybe that sets the headless mode. Let me press that button one more time. One key return. No, now I'm apparently in headless mode. So the headless mode's kind of screwy on this. I wouldn't count on that. I'm going to come, or am I in headless mode now? It's blinking, so I must be in headless mode. It just doesn't perform very well in headless mode. It's come out of headless mode. That was one key return there. Okay. Pushing forward. It's flying sideways, so it's in headless mode now. Okay, apparently press this button here and make sure the lights are blinking before you enter headless mode. Let's press that button again, come out of headless mode. Okay, let's go into higher rates. Okay, I'm in expert rate now and still in headless mode. Is that out of headless mode now? Okay, I'm out of headless mode now. To come out of it, I had to press that button down. Very confusing, folks. Okay, let's look at its funnels. And let's look at its maneuverability. Let's go around some objects around here. I'm going intermediate here. And it's maneuverable. How about bumping up against objects? Can I do that like I did with the X11? Let's see how it performs if you bump up against something. Yeah, there you go. Let's bump up against it again. Yeah. So it's resistant to bumping. I'm trying to hit that again. It's with the exception if you hit it head on. Notice, one thing I want you to notice here, this quadcopter doesn't have anything in between like the X11, so you can have a problem there if you go right in through the center there. But flat objects shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, it's a very stable little flyer. Let's go over to the park. Like I did with the X11 also. Demonstrate that you can... Ooh, no. Come down. So, if you bump into objects, yeah, it's not going to continue flying sometimes. And I think I got some sand in the gear. Let me find out. Okay, all gears are spinning fine. Let's rebind. And the reason I'm rebinding, folks, is I want to recalibrate those gyros. I'm seeing if I can calibrate this using the trim buttons. Yeah, that's about the best I can get out of it. Let's see, I did flips. Very stable. Very good beginner's quadcopter. And that's its flight time. Apparently that's it. So, overall, yeah. Great beginner's quadcopter. Very good indoor. This would be a good indoor-outdoor flyer. Keep in mind, some objects you bump into, if they get in between here, they are going to bring the quadcopter down. It ain't gonna work every time you bump into something, but overall, it is a good beginner's quadcopter. So, again, this is the SkyMax, actually from ShengKai, the D10. Very good quadcopter. Comes in orange, also comes in white. White version would be probably better for night flying. So I hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out. Night flying with a ShengKai D10. Pretty little quadcopter. Hope you enjoy the flight. This is beginner's mode, extremely stable in this quadcopter. Very bright lights. And now going to intermediate. Still very stable in intermediate. 1 to expert. That's a little better. You can tell the front of that thing, it has a little headlight on it. Let me bring it in. See that headlight? Very stable fire, like CMAX 11. This also includes micro gears. It's not a direct drive quadcopter. Hold on a second, we got a car coming. I'm just going to land it. Yeah, I'll just keep flying it. Bye. Very stable fire. And again, I think that was an intent, just to, yeah, the X11 was real stable too. How about flips? Yeah, it'll flip. How about barrel rolls? Kinda. Outer space. Come back down here. Okay, let's get a thumbnail. One more time. Nice little night flyer. There's a white version of this. I'm sure it's even better. What the heck's that? Some bird. Okay, there goes the lights, bringing her in. Again, ShengKai D10, night flying. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Quadcopter 11, signing out.